Sunday Night Football. The Broncos, and it's funny because I think we teased it as the Broncos escape. Sean Payton said after the game, that wasn't an escape, it was a win. And he said, this is like the 2024 Chiefs. They find a way, they find a way, they find a way. They play with their food, and they emerge with a win. And here they are at 10-2, and they're probably going to be number one in the power rankings because the Rams lost, and they were number two. So, they only won by a point against a team that has now lost, 6, 7 in a row.
But do you really believe they're better than the Rams? Do you really think you'd pick the Broncos to beat them on a one-on-one game right now?
No, that's not what it is. And, I get that every week, not from you, but from others. Like, blah, blah, blah. No, this is to me, it is an homage to the old UPI and AP college football.
Right.
It doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
You lost, so the team behind you bumps up. So that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think the Rams would beat the Broncos if they played right now.
Yeah.
But the Rams lost to the Panthers, and the Broncos won. So that's the way it works.
The Broncos are, I mean, you're saying it, right? They're a lot like the Chiefs that way, in that they find ways to win football games. But yet I don't sit here maybe other than one win the whole year and go, that was an impressive one.
Right.
Like they really looked good on all phases of the game and played clean football.
What was the most impressive win they had?
I'm going to say probably the Cowboy game where they just won 44-24, and you were like, oh, man, they kind of put them away. They made a few stops when they needed to against Dak Prescott and company. The offense did whatever it wants. Other than that, it's been, just squeak by everybody. The Jets, we barely win. It's a miracle. The Giants, it's a miracle. The Raiders on Thursday nights, disgusting in every phase of the game. We barely win that one. I mean, that's where you
They were booing.
Yeah.
The home crowd was booing.
That's where you question Denver just a little bit. Yes, they're 10-2. I understand they're one of the better teams in the AFC, but can they continue to just skirt by this way? Can they march through the AFC playoffs this way? That's what I don't know. I mean, could they have gotten by last night if Jaden Daniels was playing football and in the game? I don't know that either. But nonetheless, I respect the grit and the toughness and the clutchness and all of that.
They made Marcus Mariota look pretty damn good. And I got so many emails last night. What's wrong with Tirico and Collinsworth? Why are they saying his name that way? Because all of a sudden,
apparently after
10 years into
15 years in the NFL,
he's decided that's how it's pronounced. And that's his prerogative.
Right.
But I mean, he didn't stop to think that people are going to think something's wrong with the folks who are saying it.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I just go, why the correction now? Why didn't we do this right away? What is now we've gotten old and wise, and all of a sudden now we're going to say, hey, my name is this.
And that's his prerogative.
I got you.
That's his prerogative.
It is odd. It is so odd that this late in the career, a number 2 draft pick in the NFL draft, a franchise quarterback, now has put out the statement of how he wants everybody to pronounce his name the right way. It's definitely odd. He played good. I mean, I'm amazed at his ability to still run the way he runs, right, at that age. And the other thing that was, I think, impressive about the game last night is that Denver defense is good. But like we talked about the Rams a little bit earlier, is what's there a flaw? Is there anything there? I think there's one maybe thing you can look at with the Broncos. At times I go, I think they're a hair too aggressive. I'm going to go, gosh, do we have to blitz and be crazy in every big moment? You got a good front four. Let's not do that. But the other thing is a little bit like the Rams, oddly enough, and I don't think they're real big up front. And you saw Washington kind of stay patient with the run. And this is the one thing I really respect about Cliff Kingsbury in his go here with the Washington Commanders as an OC, is their run game's creative. They're pretty physical that way. We saw that last night. I mean, they were able to move the ball on the ground and kind of chew up some clock and give Broncos some issues that way, to where they had to worry about that, and that led to some really good looks in the pass game for Marcus Mariota.
Last night was one of those nights where, and look, when the game wasn't flexed out, people were disappointed because why do we have to watch the Commanders? Well, it was an opportunity to see the Broncos. And in the wisdom of, and look, I'm not just here to criticize the NFL. They made the decision to keep the game where it was, and it was a smart decision because they knew the Broncos were going to play with their food. And we got an exciting game that went to overtime. And that overtime period was exciting. That Washington final drive, where you have a pass interference that extends it, and this happens and that happens, and the Deebo Samuel catch down to the one. There was the touchdown that was wiped out by the Josh Connolly holding.
Zach Ertz drops the ball.
That overtime period was drunk, and I loved it. And it came down to the 2-point conversion. Nick Bonito broke through. And because that ball, Tirico was right. if Nick Bonito does not bat that ball, it's a walk-in touchdown. No, it's a walk-in two-pointer. But regardless,
right. Got you.
The game was over.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. I love that.
They ran the old back over here, receivers over here. They're playing man-to-man. Hey, receivers, run this way, and the guy that's covering the back, right, he'll get all caught up in the wash with you guys, and the back will come out scot-free. But, of course, like the Broncos have seen that a little bit, or the defense ends, and I'm sure that's one where he's told, like, hey, we're in trouble here. You got to be able to get your hands up, and that was a phenomenal play by him, and the Broncos escape again by the skin of their teeth.
Two things real quickly before we break. One, Treylon Burks, the guy who put the permanent kink in Mike Vrabel's neck when the Titans traded A.J. Brown and drafted Treylon Burks. He's back, and look at this OBJ-style catch.
Yeah, it really is.
Same number, Sunday Night Football, fade route back at the end zone. The route that should have been run on the two-point conversion by the Eagles to A.J. Brown on Friday. I mean, we can talk about should they have gone for it then or not. If you're going to go for it then and you see single coverage on A.J. Brown, you do what they did there.
Yeah.
So great catch by Treylon Burks, his biggest highlight by far of his career. Now,
his only catch of the night.
When the game goes overtime.
Yeah.
And they need to do something about this because the officials have screwed up the overtime coin toss multiple times this year.
So I'm glad you brought this up because I should have rewound this just so you know, in full transparency. When it was kind of happening, right, I'm at home at this point, and I'm kind of like listening at that point, but I wasn't like really paying attention. I was kind of like cleaning up the family room as I was like, all right, it's getting late here. We're going to have to go to bed. As soon as this game's over, I want to go to bed. So I wasn't really paying attention. But the way it went down, I was like, there was something odd there.
It's a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, wait, so what did he do here? Explain this to me.
Do we have the audio? I don't know if we have the audio. The referee flips the coin, and Tressway says, we want to kick that way. And the referee's like, oh, you want to kick? Like he's just got like, oh, yeah, you want to kick. And no, you don't get to pick both.
Yeah.
It's kick or receive, and the other team picks which goal they're going to defend. And I really do think that these aren't the droids you're looking for. Tressway says, we want to kick that way. And just when you look at it, the look on the referee's face is, oh, so you want to kick.
Yeah.
And he does nothing, and Bo Nix doesn't dispute it.
Right.
But this has happened multiple times where the team that wins the coin toss in overtime says, we want to kick that way or we want to defend this way. And it's easier to get away with it when you say kick because the normal old school is one team receives and the other team says which goal they want to defend. So we want to kick this way. It short circuits the process. And this is inexcusable that the league lets it happen. It's inexcusable that 345 doesn't get on the phone and say, no, hey, oh, no. One team picks kick or receive, and the other team picks the goal to defend. And I don't know if they have to make it unsportsmanlike conduct to even try to do it, to get the teams to stop it, because it feels like the teams are taking advantage of an opportunity to mess with the officials in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Yeah, I mean, yes. But, again, that you shouldn't be able to be messed with. That's pretty standard.
No, it's pretty – no.
You could have put me out there in the coin toss, and he said, kick this way. I go, okay, team.
Nice try.
Which way do you want to defend, other team? Nice try. Right, exactly right. I mean, again, it's just there's some things right now.
They've been out there for 3.5 hours.
Oh, kiss my butt.
I'm being sarcastic.
Okay,
but it's cold and we're a little older, and then they take advantage. They take advantage.
You old guys, you get cold, you start losing your train of thought, huh?
Well, just give you hand them a Werther's original, and it completely causes them to.
You're funny.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.